Hey guys, welcome back. I realize it's been, I believe the comment I saw was 13 years or something to that effect. It's thankfully been 3. Um, yeah, I mean, I'll talk about it a little bit as I play through the next level here. I wanted to kind of start at a different angle, give you guys an idea some of the stuff I'd like to try to incorporate as I play through these. Um, let's say greatly inspired by Boundary Break and some of the great video game stuff he's done. Um, bear with me, I'm definitely still getting used to kind of how these cameras work. We'll see how they do over time. You can see they kind of have an upset face there, and we'll do a better zoom out another time. But as a general idea, kind of the idea I'd like to do. Yeah, so we're back. We haven't done anything in a while, actually. I said I'd go through his Archer. I love seeing that text and that up-res as well. For those of you that maybe haven't seen the first video, this is playing through on Gauntlet Dark Legacy with the HD texture pack. We were just starting straight into Ghost Town. These are fairly quick levels to get through. As you get further into the game, the levels start taking longer and longer. And some of them actually introduce some pretty good puzzles. I've been trying to do whatever I can to speed stuff up. Speed up like the frames, I guess I should say. If you hadn't noticed on the end of the last level, this matches that gate at the end of the last level, so it's similar to as if you just walked through there. And then we continue into this next area. We'll head on a pike. You'll find the generals tend to block as they get hit by the ults. Yeah, so I guess kind of a little bit about me and why it's been so long. Sorry, I realized I commented that I was gonna try to get as many of these out as I could, try to play through it, and then I kind of just dropped off the map. In my case, it's really just, I mean, as probably everyone except for League players know, life happens, you know? I'm kidding. No, I did, shortly after that, ended up with a job across the country. I ended up moving out here, and then just starting off my career with that. So, unfortunately, that took most of my time, and I mean, it's been great. I love the job. Get over here. But I haven't really gotten back into it. I haven't really felt like getting back into recording for a little while. I'll say, very surprised to see there's as many views on the first one as what there was. I didn't expect there to be anywhere near around that. I believe the time we're recording, it's something like 3,000, which, I mean, it only averages like 1,000 a year. But, I mean, I didn't expect even to get 1,000 videos or 1,000 views on it, so I mean, I'm glad those of you that have watched it have liked the content. I'm thinking as I go through this, I'm going to try to reduce these down to closer to 15-minute videos. I realize the half hour can be a bit much. I'm going to try to create different shorts as well. One of the ones I'm thinking I'll make will be around like the potions. Oh, dang it. And kind of how you can use them. I briefly mentioned in the last one, but I'll go through it here too. I cannot get over how nice this texture pack looks, honestly. Like, it's so good. So you can double tap and create a shield that you can run around with. And that's double tapping your potion button. I'll try to be kind of generic in some of the button presses because your controller setup may be different than mine. Maybe you're using a keyboard. Take your pick. The Dolphin emulator lets you get away with a lot of stuff. There's a lot of improvements you can make to it, a lot of information you can gain if you want it. But I'd like to, at some point, go through, get some zoom-ins of these, the different guys you fight, little maggots in this level. Ankle biters, if you will. And then some of these big guys and stuff as well. It'd be cool to get them as we go through the bosses to get a better zoom in of them. So that's the kind of stuff I'm hoping to be able to do, and if that's the kind of stuff you're interested in, like seeing stuff outside of just outside of your normal viewpoint, it's clearly designed with this view in mind, but that doesn't mean they didn't put work into the different textures. Aside from you can find stuff they just leave behind. Yeah, I definitely recommend checking out She Says and Boundary Break. It's a great fun to me, but depends what you like, I guess. But he does a lot of stuff like that. He's done it on a lot of popular games as they've come out. I think he has one on Tears of the Kingdom right now. I don't think I've watched that one. I know he did one like on the Resident Evil 4 remake release, stuff like that. So definitely recommend checking it out if you haven't heard of him. But otherwise, I mean, you can see kind of how this goes and see if that's the kind of thing you're into. I might release that as a separate video. I was thinking I might try to edit it into this one. I don't want to have too much going on in too many videos here.
That was an heroic effort.
I'll never get over that he says "and heroic." Now you won't either. Merry Christmas. Ow. So, each character has kind of their own benefits and drawbacks. Well, less so drawbacks, but they tried to balance it. I just don't think it necessarily worked out the way they intended. Archer's main thing is speed, but unfortunately your speed is also tied to your attack speed. So, speed just tends to be an overwhelming ability in this game. It's a little monster spawner. These bombers are really annoying. I think this one's just an item. And the other one's a bomb across the way.
The Thunder Hammer.
He calls it the Thunder Hammer, I call it the Toe Smasher. So if I ever end up saying Toe Smasher, that's what I'm talking about. It's the Thunder Hammer, Thor's Hammer, whatever you want to call it. Eventually you'll see why. The short version is there's a boss that you can run up and smash his toes. I guess I can do it on this one too, actually. There's a gargoyle at the end that I can show you. I think they did a really good job with the music in this game, personally. That one's a bomb, so I'm not gonna waste a key on it. Like that. Let's just... You know what? I'll waste it just for you. But just you. Don't tell the other people. But like this, it's satisfying to me. And I feel like most of the music kind of has that feel to it. It seems like there's certain areas in the game that they, I think, put more effort into than others. I think that's probably pretty common across the game industry in general. But this one in particular, I remember on the release I had, I remember seeing the buttons be pressed. Or the keys be pressed, I should say. And like a little ghost playing in the piano and for Ghost Town. Yeah, it's interesting that it's not in this one. I couldn't tell you why. I don't know the details around that. If you happen to know, feel free to comment it, and I'll try to include it on the next video. It will absolutely get stuck in your head, like most of the music in this game. So like I said, you can double tap for the potion. Yes, I will do this where I derail and come back. Death to those who dare steal from the hangman. I guess I'll show you when you get outside. But you can also push and hold it to throw it, or you can just push it where it's kind of like they smashed it on the ground in front of them. I did mention the last game using NetPlay to get online co-op. I unfortunately don't have ability to do that right now, in the sense of you have to have people to do it. And like I said, we all kind of have life going on. We're all around the same age. There's the thrown one. You can throw it over ledges, walls, stuff like that. Oh, I forgot about him. But yeah, so unfortunately I don't have anyone to play with right now. I'll talk to some buddies, see if maybe I can get one of them into playing it with me. I think kind of the best case would be if there's somebody that hasn't played through it before. It's always fun to see the people's different reactions. Oh, no, get out. Oh, I got it. I always forget which one of those I have to push first. So you can see it covers it up if you miss it, and then you have to replay the whole level to get to it. This game isn't as in-depth as, say, like a Diablo. Then here's the one on the ground. That gets rid of death. It's not as in-depth as, say, like Diablo, where you have to manage your character, like build and the different values for your armor and weapons and all that. It's much simpler than that. You've got the 4 stats. Ow. Hitboxes obviously aren't the best. But that works both ways. It's on our end too. But it is fun. It's fun in its own kind of simplistic manner, I guess. You can kind of just go through it. The character levels up, and they get nice aesthetic changes, where it feels like you've earned something. As you get higher levels, you actually do get some abilities, like a couple different things. I don't think I'll spoil that right now, but we can just hitboxes again. We can discuss it like as it gets to that point. It's not too far into the levels. Imagine within a few videos it should get there. And ideally this should not be a repeat of 3 years at a time. I'm not anticipating a video every 3 years. I'm hoping with the current setup I have and timing I'm getting now, I should be able to start releasing videos semi more frequently. We'll see what that extent looks like. Like I said, I think I'll post the entirety of the videos probably in one playlist, and then make a separate one that's what I expect most people will watch for kind of 15-20 minute segments. And we'll just kind of see, I guess, what people like, and we can go from there. I might use it as a way to release on more of a schedule. If I can play ahead and get those recordings set up, and just plan it out for a 15 or 20 minute, like once every 2 weeks, once every week, something like that. Maybe I'll offset that with going back through it and taking the camera at different angles. That's definitely taken it takes a little more time to do that, just moving the camera around and going back through the level and setting stuff up. But if it's something you guys are interested in, I'm sure it's something I can make worth my time. Sorry, I can't get over the music, it's really good. So, now, you can't actually shoot and break that. I'm trying to remember what all I went through last time. It's been a while. That wasn't by any means a great video either. Like, surprised the number of you watched it that did after I reviewed some of it. So you see the bats flying around, and the comment, "There's more than bats in the belfry." Tope smasher. There we go. So we'll take care of that guy. I want to say he's called a golem, if I remember right. I think there's golems, generals, gargoyles, and chimeras. Those are the kind of sub-mini bosses you'll find hanging around. There's a lot of poison in this level, you'll notice. kind of zombie infected area. Each level kind of has its own stuff, I guess, that it seems to have incorporated into it that seems to match the area. So monsters will change to match the respective areas. I mean, obviously the boss kind of reflects it. They did move some of the stuff around. I think I mentioned last time the game was originally an arcade game, and then they kind of move things around for it. But so you get like there's special weapons you can use to help make killing the bosses easier. Apparently multitasking isn't my best suit. Is what I'm suited to best. See, I'm still doing it. But so those weapons used to be, I believe, in the same areas, so I remember seeing at some point. See, Toe Smasher. Stop it. No, I thought it'd be fun to shoot in front of it. And this is stop time, which, as you can imagine, stops time. I know it's shocking. I think you can turn it off. But so I believe they used to be in the same area as the boss, so it'd be like as you played through it, you would find the weapon set to that boss. You would go through and you'd be able to fight the boss at the end of that section. That kind of encouraged you to keep playing through it. They redesigned it in these later levels, or in this later release, so that they were in different locations. So like the Lich is the boss for this area, and you don't find his the weapon to help beat him until 3 regions, I believe, 3 or 4. It's in the Sky region, the Sky Dominion. Yeah, so there's this one, Lava one, I think Castle Stronghold, and then Sky Dominion. Same kind of thing with these. I actually have a cheat set to unlock all the characters, but I figure it'll be fun to show you. I don't know that I'll get all of them. You get 25 coins per character, so if you have 2 players doing it, it's an extra 25 coins, and then additionally you're screen locked with each other, so you have to kind of coordinate which directions you're going to move. And each of these gets pretty interesting. There's a different level for each character. It unlocks the beast version of each respective character. So like Archer is a, I guess, fox kind of thing? Cat? I guess it's more of a cat. I'll go through and show you guys the characters at some point. Oh hey, got them all. Nice.
You have unlocked a secret character.
And this is another spot where that speed helps out. I forget what it used to be. I'd have to look at it again. But it used to not be to unlock a character, and that becomes a little more obvious as you play through it. Of they don't seem to quite level up, and why is it coins for it? And it makes it kind of odd. There's any number of other things you could have done. You can see everything resetting over there in the background. And there's this is what the reference to the bats in the belfry was about. Yeah, so I mean that's the second level. Like I said, they're fairly quick to start, but it becomes obvious as you play through it that they weren't originally intended as character unlocks. I would have liked to have seen something with like after a certain level, maybe after you beat the game with the character, you unlock the alternate version. Something to that effect would have been neat.
Archer has gained a level.
You can see all the stats go through. You can add onto your stats as long as you have 1,000 or more coins. I tend to think speed and magic are the ones that add up the best. You can also use this to top off health. I typically recommend keeping 3 keys, 3 potions. That's just kind of what stuck with me going through it. I think it just depends kind of what you like. I'll keep the 5 potions just because I think I'm gonna... Well, I just like them, honestly. But But you can see it increases it by 10 when you spend 1,000 coins on it. So it's an easy way to kind of start padding your stats, and you can see Archer is very specific towards their speed. And here's all the different sections you'll have to break out. You can see the kind of broken up thing on the left. That'll fill in over time. It becomes a painting, well, a glass painting. There's a term for that I'm not remembering right now. But it says GDL for Gauntlet Dark Legacy. You can see the 9 weapons in the top right, how many fangs you need, feathers, and claws, I believe is what the last one's called. And then all the gems you have to enter each region. You can see we have 75 out of 100 to enter the mountain region. So in theory, you don't actually need to complete all the levels in a section before you can go to the next one, as long as you have enough coins or enough gems. Yeah, coins aren't related. Go ahead and save here. I will show you the character we unlocked just as a reference. So I've been playing Green Archer. There's a yellow, blue, red, and this has been all redone with that texture pack as well. I believe she's near the front. You can kind of see everyone there, but I'll focus on her. So yeah, Tiger. There you go. And then we will pull her out another video and play through. Something to keep in mind if you play one of these beast characters, they don't actually change over time like the other characters do. So each of your characters every, I want to say 5 or 10 levels, I think it's closer to 10, they'll kind of change how they look. So you can see kind of what she looks like now. When I hit the 10th level, they start getting more aesthetic stuff to them. The beast characters are already set on whatever they are, so they're not going to change
You're now entering Haunted Cemetery.